This morning, NCAA President Mark Emmert released a statement in response to the Yahoo report, saying in part, these allegations, if true, point to systematic failures that must be fixed and fixed now if we want college sports in America. The board and I are completely committed to making transformational changes to the game and ensuring all involved college basketball do so with integrity. Robin, programs such as Michigan State, Duke, North Carolina, Texas, Kentucky, these are the big boys of the sport. They are mentioned in this report. Ultimately, how do you see this playing out, and who ends up taking the fall here?
Well, I'll answer the second question first. I think if Duke and Coach K are implicated, and Duke is mentioned in this story, that would be the biggest fall individually simply because of Coach K's pure and pristine reputation. But if we're talking about the fallout overall, come on. We have to be real here. This is a broken system. You just named basically every program that's won a national championship in the past 10 years. And the NCAA can pretend they're about amateur athletics. They are not. It is a business. They're getting $1 billion to televise March Madness this year, right? $5 million to some of these coaches out there. So to pretend that this is about the purity of the game when it's not is a farce, and until the system is completely overhauled or replaced entirely, you're going to keep going up and seeing these instances, and it's a waste of time to point at each individual one.
Yeah, I agree. It's taken the names of these coaches to be linked to this, the Teflon Dons of the sports world who we thought were untouchable. Now we're finally ready to address this issue. Shame on the NCAA. They're supposed to be overseeing all this, and it really does come down to money. Money gets in the way of their judgment, what they choose to look at, and ultimately we have systemic failure within the entire sport. Now, what did they do at this point, though? I mean, there's names linked to this report that are current players on teams that are heading to the NCAA tournament. Are they ruled ineligible? I mean, where do they go from here?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you do that, you start a slippery slope, right? Because you're going to have to start ruling almost everyone ineligible, but then you're hypocrites if you aren't ruling people ineligible and handing out the penalties. I think if I had the answer, I would be saying it, and it would be implemented somewhere else. I'm not the person in charge of this, but the NCAA as a whole, to be honest with you, might need to be replaced. Right. I mean, there might need to be a whole new amateur athletic system put in place because I don't know if this one isn't broken beyond repair.